My dear student, welcome to the IMS Gate Academy. My name is Vipin Misra and I hope you all are safe and fine. Now after the GATE exam, you must be wondering what minimum amount of numbers you should get or minimum GATE score that you should have in GATE exam so that you should get admitted in a particular IIT or NIT. What about the campus life of different IITs and NITs? What about the placement? What about the different specialization that you are going to opt for while taking admission into an IIT or NIT? So if you are wondering with all these questions, then this is a must watch video for you. Okay. So now before actually proceeding into the video, let me tell you that if you want to experience the expert level preparation now live at your home, then visit our website and apply this code TGA20 to get 20% off on our live courses. Okay. So welcome again in this M.Tech guidance program where I am going to reveal about IITs and NITs specifically for electrical engineering students. So I will be covering the top 7 IITs along with the IISc. Then I will be covering about the top 5 NITs for electrical engineering students. So first I will go with IITs. So there is a general question among the student group, what is the process, what is the procedure of getting admitted into an IIT's M.Tech? So let me tell you about the admission process for IITs. So first of all, you have to apply separately to the respective institutes. You have to apply separately at each and every IITs. Okay, and I am going to reveal when their forms are coming, when the process will start. And after that, assess the admissions offers by registering at COAP, that is COAP. This is conducted by IIT Delhi. So this is a centralized process where you can assess the admissions offers by participating institutes. So first of all, you have to register yourself with the help of these documents. You can register, and the most important document is your GATE scorecard. Okay. So first of all, you have to register into the COAP, and then you will be eligible for the process. And after that, suppose you have applied across the IITs. Now you have received n number of offers. Okay. So what happened if you really like one offer that has been offered to you depending upon your GATE score, then what you should do? There are 3 options: accept and freeze, retain and wait, and reject and wait. So if you really like the offer that has been given you by a particular IIT, then you can accept and freeze that offer and the counseling ends for you right at that time. Okay, you cannot participate in the other rounds because you have opted for a seat and your admission process is over now. Now you will be going to a particular IIT and doing the rest of the things. But if you partially like the offer given to you and you want to proceed for another round of counseling and you don't want to reject that offer also, then you can choose retain and wait option. Here retain and wait mean that you have partially chosen the option given by the IITs to you, but still you want to go for the further rounds, then you will choose retain and wait and you will be eligible for the next rounds. So in the next round again the same process will continue. Mind it, you can choose retain and wait option only twice. Okay. So third option is that if suppose you don't choose any options from the options given to you, you automatically the options will be rejected and you have to wait, and you are eligible for the next round of counseling. So you will keep on participating in the next round until you choose a seat. Okay. So this is how these 3 options are very important. So do understand these options very carefully. Accept and freeze means you have accepted one offer and you are out of the counseling. Retain and wait means you partially like the options that has been given by the IITs to you and you want to participate in the next round. So you will choose retain and wait option, and if you really don't like any option, you will choose reject and wait. So this is how you will get an offer through the COAP process conducted by IIT Delhi. But mind it, you have to apply in each and every IIT separately. And another thing, you cannot choose retain and wait on a specific option more than twice. Okay, so these things you have to be very careful about. Now, coming to IIT Madras. So IIT Madras is in the top of my list. So IIT Madras has been ranked number 1 in the NIRF ranking. NIRF is a nationwide ranking, national ranking. So IIT Madras has been ranked number 1 in this ranking. Now in QS ranking, this is a worldwide ranking, world university ranking. So it has been ranked 255 in the QS ranking. So these are the ranking of IIT Madras. Now coming to the specialization offered to the electrical engineering students. So these are the specializations that IIT Madras is going to offer you. So being a core electrical engineering students, there are particularly 2 or 3 options in which you may be more interested, and those options are power electronics and power system, control and instrumentation, and then communication and signal processing. But you can apply any of these options. Okay, these options are, you are equally eligible for all the options, so you may go for any of the specialization. That depends upon your interest. Okay, but being a electrical student, I think you should definitely go for power electronics and power system or control and instrumentation. Now most important point, what minimum score you should get in order to get admitted into IIT Madras electrical department. So these are the cutoff that I have selected from the recent cutoffs that IIT has declared 2020 in the year 2020 and 2021. So you can spot the difference. For communication engineering, power electronics and power system, microelectronics and VLSI, control instrumentation, RF and photonics, and integrated circuits and systems. So these are the cutoffs in the 2020 and 21 for different categories. So you can spot a difference that if you are having more than 750 gate score, then you are having great chances of getting admitted into IIT Madras. Okay. Now the most important thing, talking about the campus life of IIT Madras. So it is spread over 250 acres of area. It is a globally recognized institute with world class facilities, and it is the top ranked engineering institute in the India for 4 consecutive years. So मेरे दोस्त, IIT Madras, अगर आप कोई भी IIT चुनते हो, so वहाँ पर सिर्फ आप रिसर्च और टीचिंग और लर्निंग मेथडोलॉजी सीखने नहीं जा रहे हो. They will offer you the kind of environment जहाँ पर आपका ऐसा पर्सनल ग्रोथ होने वाला है कि you will be जो कि अनमैचेबल है. क्या कह सकता हूँ, ऐसा एनवायरमेंट आपको मिलेगा आईटी में जो कि अनमैचेबल है, which you are not going to get anywhere else. Okay, so IIT's campus lives are very famous for that. Now important dates. So IIT Madras will give its advertisement probably on the second last week of March. The online process will begin at the last week of March, and then the interview schedule will come at the last week of April, and the date of interview is probably going to be happen on last week of May. So this is all about IIT Madras. Now coming to IISc Bangalore. Okay, IISc Bangalore, whatever you can say about IISc Bangalore is not going to enough to describe it. This institute has a great reputation not only in India but all across the world as well. So if we talk about NIRF ranking, it has been ranked number 2. But if you talk about the QS ranking, you can see, you can spot the difference. It has been ranked 186 in QS ranking. Okay, one of the finest institutes for sciences graduates, science students. Talking about the specialization that IISc Bangalore offered to electrical engineering students. So these are the specialization: power system, power electronic, and high voltage engineering. Now this is a very rare specialization. You cannot see this specialization all across the IITs and NITs, but IISc Bangalore is offering this specialization to you as well. अगर हम लोग कट ऑफ की बात करें तो 2020 में और 2021 में अगर आपका कट ऑफ 800 से ऊपर था, इसका मतलब ये है कि IISc में आपका एडमिशन गारंटीड है. अगर आपका, ये मैंने देखो लिस्ट दी है कैटेगरी वाइज, लेकिन अगर आपका स्कोर 800 से अबव है, देन आपका जो एडमिशन है IISc बेंगलोर में, दैट हैज बीन गारंटीड. ओके, and this is one of the finest institute of India, not only in India but across the world as well. Okay, now about the campus life. So IISc Bangalore spreads over 370 acres of the land. It is also globally recognized and world's finest institute, an amazing and creative environment that IISc Bangalore will provide you, that not only promote your independent thinking but your introspection ability as well. So this is a great place to go for. Now talking about important dates, so probably the advertisement is going to come on the last week of February, and then the beginning of online process will start as well on the last week of February. Then the written test will be held, or interview schedule if any, this will be held on April, and the date of written or interview test will be probably on the first week of May. So this is all about IISc Bangalore. Now coming to IIT Bombay, one of the finest institutes for electrical guys. Okay, so IIT Bombay has been ranked 3rd in NIRF ranking, and it has been ranked 177 in QS ranking. This is the highest ranking that any of the Indian institute have attained. Okay, so in QS ranking it has been ranked 177. After that IISc Bangalore will come. Okay, so this is the IIT Mumbai. Talking about the specialization, so the core specializations are power electronics, power system, control and computing, and apart from that you can also apply in communication engineering, in electronic system and solid state devices or integrated circuit and system. Now these, apart from power electronics, power system and control and computing, the other specializations are basically pure for electronic domain. So the core specialization for electrical students are power electronics and power system, but you can apply any of them. It depends upon your interest. Talking about the cutoff for different specialization, for power electronics and power system it was 843 in 2021 and it was 869 in 2020. Integrated circuit and system cutoff was very high in the year 2021. This shows the kind of interest that the student have shown in this particular specialization. That's why its cutoff was very high. Okay, so in order to get admitted into IIT Madras, what will be a safe score if I talk about? So as you can see here, in solid state devices and communication, if your and as well as control and computing, if your score is above 750, then the admission is guaranteed. But for these specialization, power electronics and power system, electronic system and integrated system, your score must be above 850. Then your admission to these specialization and in IIT Bombay will be guaranteed. Okay. Now talking about the campus life. So IIT Bombay is spread over 550 acres of land. It also has world-class facilities, offers best environment for self-growth. Different events of IIT Bombay like Mood Indigo, Tech Fest, E-Summits are soul of IIT, and they are famous not only in India, across the Asia as well. So you can imagine the kind of campus life that the IIT Bombay is offering to the student, kind of exposure you are getting in IIT Bombay. You can just imagine that exposure. Talking about the important dates, so the advertisement is probably going to come on the last week of March, second last week of March. Beginning of online process will start from the last week of March, and then written schedule or interview schedule will be released on last week of April. Then finally the written test will happen on the first week of June. These are the trends that I have taken from the past years. So probably all these happens across these months and these dates. So from there I have chosen this. Now next IIT is IIT Delhi. So IIT Delhi is ranked number 4 in NIRF ranking, and it has been ranked 185 in QS ranking. Okay. Now this is one of the most preferred destination for electrical guys as well, especially the department of power electronics, electrical machine and drives for electrical students. This is most preferred department for them. So talking about the specialization, you can see power electronics, electrical machine and drive, and power system and control and automation. So these are the core department for electrical guys. Apart from that, you can apply in integrated electronics and communication engineering specialization as well. Okay. Now if we talk about the cutoff, so in the year 2019 and 2020 you can see the cutoff. Now the cutoff here for integrated electronics and circuit was very high in the year 2020, but the rest of the places it was more than 750. So if your score is more than 750, you are having a great chance for getting admission into IIT Delhi. Okay. Now, the campus life, so it is spread over 320 acres of area. It is also globally recognized and world-class institute. The ambience of student life and activity on the campus is to provide an invigorating and creative environment which promotes independent thinking and introspection. So it will allow your all around development if you get admitted into IIT Delhi. I'm very sure of that. Okay. Now moving towards the important dates. So the advertisement will definitely going to come on the second last week of March. Online process will begin that last week of March, and the written test schedule or interview schedule you will get in the last week of May, and finally the written test or interview will happen on the first week of June. Okay. Now coming to the next IIT Kanpur, one of the best known IIT for, or one of the best known institute for electrical guys, or most preferred for electrical guys. Okay. So IIT Kanpur has been ranked number 5 in NIRF ranking, and it has been ranked 277 by QS ranking, by QS University World Ranking. Now talking about the specialization, so IIT Kanpur offered the specialization of microelectronics and VLSI, power engineering, RF and microwave, signal processing, communication and network, control and automation, and this specialization photonics. Okay, very rare in all across the IITs. So if we talk about the core department, so power engineering, in which power system, power electronic, electrical machine all are included. So this is the core department. Apart from that, signal processing and communication is the most preferred by the electrical guys here at IIT Kanpur. Now if you talk about the cutoff, so you can see the cutoff in year 2020 and 21. So one thing is very clear, if we look into the 2021 cutoff, in 2020 the cutoff was very high across the departments, across the specialization, but in year 2020 if your cutoff was above 750, then you have had a great chance to get admitted here. Okay, so this much is the safe score that you should attain in order to get admitted into IIT Kanpur. Okay. Now campus life, one of the best campus life you will attend here at IIT Kanpur. So the campus is very large. It is spread over 1055 acres. The campus is lush green. It is globally recognized institute with world-class facilities, and there are many recreational facilities, hobby clubs, sports facilities, and cultural societies on the campus. And IIT Kanpur offers a vibrant campus life, vibrant campus life. Students will find the beautiful and peaceful campus a great place to live at all. Okay. So this is all about the campus life of IIT Kanpur. Now looking into the important dates, so advertisement will begin in the second last week of March. Then beginning of online process will take place on the last week of March. Written test or interview schedule will be released on the last week of May. Then finally the date of written test will be the first week of June. Okay. Now coming to the next IIT Kharagpur. तो IIT Kharagpur को NIRF रैंकिंग 6 मिला हुआ है और QS रैंकिंग में IIT Kharagpur को 280. After IIT Kanpur there is IIT Kharagpur in QS ranking. Okay. Now talking about the specialization, so machine drives and power electronics, control system engineering, power and energy system, and instrumentation and signal processing. So these are the specialization, all are the core specialization for electrical guys. Okay. So these are the specialization that IIT Kharagpur offers you. Now talking about the cutoffs, you can clearly see if your score is above 700, 720, I must say 7, if your score is over 720 or 730, you had a great chance, you have a great chance to get admitted here. Okay. Now talking about the campus life of IIT Kharagpur, so it is one of the largest campus in India, spread over 2100 acres, a globally recognized institute with world-class facilities, and it offers everything for a comfortable and completely immersive college experience by the provision of a state-of-the-art level of the infrastructure for the students. So you are going to get a large campus and great infrastructure here, that so that you will be able to accomplish your all around development in IIT Kharagpur. Okay. Now, talking to the last important date, so the advertisement will begin in the second last week of March. Beginning of online process will start from second last week of March as well. Written test or interview will be schedule will be released on the last week of May, and the written test will be held on or interview will be held on first week of June, if any. Okay. Now, talking about IIT Roorkee. So, IIT Roorkee has NIRF ranking of 7 and QS ranking of 400. Okay. स्पेशलाइजेशन की अगर मैं बात करूं तो यहां पर आपको इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन एंड सिग्नल मिलेगा, इलेक्ट्रिक ड्राइव एंड पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मिलेगा, पावर सिस्टम इंजीनियरिंग मिलेगा एंड सिस्टम एंड कंट्रोल मिलेगा. ऑल आर द कोर डिपार्टमेंट्स फॉर कोर स्पेशलाइजेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स. ओके. टॉकिंग अबाउट द कट ऑफ, सो here you can spot a difference. All IITs have released their cutoff in terms of score, but IIT Roorkee is going to release their cutoff in terms of marks that you will get. So you can see if your marks are above 74, if you score above 74, you have a great chance of getting admitted into IIT Roorkee. Okay. Talking about the campus life, so it is spread over 365 acres of area and it has a glorious and long heritage of 150 years. Okay. One of the oldest institute not only in India, in Asia as well. Okay. IIT Roorkee is one of the oldest institute in Asia as well as in India. It is also globally recognized institute with world class facilities. And IIT Roorkee life at IIT Roorkee, it's a special blend of a modern life and traditional values. So the curriculum provides broad based knowledge and simultaneously builds a temper for the lifelong process of learning and exploring. So my friends, you are going to get a great environment for teaching and learning and for social life as well at IIT Roorkee. Now, talking about the important dates, so the advertisement is going to be released on second last week of March. Application process will begin on the second week of April, and the interview schedule you will get on the second week of May. Then the written test will finally held on the first week of June. Now coming to the next, and I think this is the last IIT that I am going to cover, IIT Guwahati. Now NIRF ranking is 8 and QS ranking is 395. So it has been ranked a slightly above the IIT Roorkee. Now the specialization that IIT Guwahati offers you are communication engineering, power engineering, RF and photonics, signal processing and machine learning, VLSI and system control and automation. So these are the specialization that IIT Guwahati offers for an electrical engineering students. Talking to the cutoff is slightly less here as compared to other IITs. So if your score is not so good, if you are not scoring above 750, even if you are scoring 650 above, then also you have a great chance of getting admitted here, and this is very evident here. Okay. Talking about their campus life, so it also spreads over 704 acres of land, having world class facilities, and it is a worthwhile destination by all means. Mind my words. Okay. IIT Guwahati campus life offers a colorful variety of opportunities to students to interact with each other. The campus community is very open to ideas and sharing. Student diversity is one of the very important assets of their campus life. Talking about important dates, so the advertisement is going to be released on the second week of March, and the online process will begin probably on the second week of April. Interview schedule will be released on second week of May, and then finally the written test or interview, if any, will happen on the first week of June as well. Now the most important thing that each and every one of you must be interested, and that is nothing but the placements. Okay. So if you are in IIT, you don't have to bother about the placement, because world's best companies are going to visit and are going to take you. Okay. And being an M.Tech student, if you are placed in any of the company, you will be offered a research and R&D department, research and development department. Okay. So you will be inventing the things for the world. Okay. So the famous companies that visit IITs are, for electrical guys, are Intel, Texas Instruments, General Electrics, okay, and so many. You can see their names here. Talking about the average placement, average package in lakh per annum. So IIT Madras it was around 18, IISc Bangalore it was around 16 lakh per annum. IIT Bombay this package was around 17.9, approx 18. IIT Delhi it was 16, IIT Kanpur it was almost around 19, IIT Kharagpur as well on 19, IIT Roorkee and IIT Guwahati both are at 19 as well. So if I talk about the average package that you are going to get in IITs will be around 16 to 20 lakh per annum, and it keeps on increasing. Maybe in, when your time came, when your time come, maybe you will be able to get more than this. Who knows? So this is all about IIT, my friend. Now coming to the NITs. So अगर मैं NITs की बात करूँ, so सबसे पहला NIT जो मैंने लिया है यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रिकल स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, वो मैंने लिया है NIT तिरुचिरापल्ली. ओके, अब NIRF रैंकिंग इंजीनियरिंग की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो इसको रैंकिंग मिला था यार 9, और अगर मैं ओवरऑल रैंकिंग की बात करूँ तो इसका रैंकिंग था 23. ओके, सो बहुत अच्छा रैंकिंग है. IIT गुवाहाटी के बाद आई थिंक इट वाज द टॉप मोस्ट इंस्टीट्यूट इन इंडिया in engineering domain. Specialization that it offers to electrical guys are power electronics, power system, process control and instrumentation. Purely core electrical, mind my words, okay. Talking about the specialization, so cutoff here was quite comparable with the IIT Roorkee and IIT Guwahati. So in order to get admitted into NIT Tiruchi, you must have a score of 650 above, then your admission to NIT Tiruchi will be guaranteed, okay. Now talking about their campus life, so it has a large campus of 100 acres, world class facilities and best environment for self growth. Different events like Festember, Pragyan, Pigeon are the soul of NIT Tiruchi, and the life at the institute is a force which equips the student and prepares them for the challenges ahead. So you can imagine the kind of life you are going to, the kind of campus you will be exposed to in NIT Tiruchi if you are there, okay. Now coming to NIT, next NIT, which is NIT Surathkal. So its ranking was 10, very good ranking. NIRF ranking for engineering was 10. NRIF ranking overall it has been ranked 32 across the India. Now talking about the specialization that it offers, it's power and energy systems, okay, and the cutoff here was 596 in 2021 and 600 in 2020. So if your score is above 600, then you can opt for NIT Surathkal, okay. Talking about their campus life, so the campus is very huge, across spread over 295 acres of the land. World class facility and the greenery and the magic in the atmosphere leaves you spellbound instantly, and this is very famous here, okay. They offer you world class facilities, globally recognized institutes, great atmosphere, great culture, great opportunity you will get at NIT Surathkal, okay. Now talking about the next NIT that I have chosen to cover in this series is NIT Rourkela. So its ranking in engineering segment was 20 and its ranking in overall segment was 41, quite a good ranking, okay. Now talking about the specialization that they offers to electrical guys are control and automation, power electronics and drive, power system engineering. So core electrical domain is also there at NIT Rourkela. Now talking about the cutoffs, recent cutoffs, so if your score is above 550, I think definitely you can get into NIT Rourkela. Now talking about their campus life, so it also has a very large campus, okay, 1200 acres of campus, quite comparable to IIT Kanpur campus, okay. So 1200 acres of campus, NIT Rourkela has as many as 40 clubs, okay. Just see this data. NIT Rourkela has as 40 clubs or student organization. Wow, what a thing to have at NIT Rourkela. These clubs span and promote a variety of interests, both as technical and cultural. So I am just imagining the all around development of yours. Okay, if there are 40 clubs for students, so you can imagine the campus life that you will be exposed at NIT Rourkela. Okay, there 4 major events, they are famous all around the India: Innovision, Vriddhi, Nitrutsav and Cosmopolitan. So I can imagine the kind of campus life you will be exposed to if you are there in NIT Rourkela. Now talking to the next NIT, which is NIT Warangal. So NIRF ranking for engineering segment was 23 and NIRF ranking for overall segment is 59. Okay. Now if we talk about the specialization, so they will offer you power engineering and power electronics and drive specialization. Talking about their cutoffs, so if your score is above 600, then you can think for NIT Warangal. Okay. Now talking about their campus life, so it spreads over 250 acres of vast land, globally recognized institutes. NIT Warangal holds technical and cultural events throughout the year, and some of the popular events are Technogen, Spring Free and Cura Management Fest. These are famous in student domain, quite famous in student domain as well. Now next IIT that I have chosen to cover in this series is NIT Calicut. So their overall NIRF ranking in engineering segment was 25 and their overall ranking NIRF ranking is 95. And the specialization that it offers you are power electronics, power system, instrumentation and control, industrial power and automation and high voltage engineering. See, this high voltage engineering specialization, this was only there in IISc Bangalore. From IISc Bangalore you will get this specialization only in NIT Calicut. So this is a very rare domain and this has a very high research scope as well in the electrical arena. Okay. Talking about the cutoffs, so you can see if your score is above 550, then you have a great chance of getting admitted into NIT Calicut. Their campus is spread over, has spread over 300 acres of land. The curriculum provides broad-based knowledge and simultaneously builds a temper for the lifelong process of learning and exploring. NIT Calicut holds 2 major annual events, the Techno Management Festival Tattva and the cultural festival Ragam. Okay, so you can imagine the kind of campus life and the environment that you will be exposed to in NIT Calicut. Okay. Now the most important segment, okay, and the segment that has a great concern among the student fraternity is the placement. So what about the placement? So again you can see the world's finest company are coming for the placement at NIT campus as well. And if you talk about the average placement, average package, so you can see the average package for NIT guys are around 7 to 9 lakh per annum. Okay. The highest package, if you talk about the highest package in terms of 50 of lakhs. Okay. So this package keeps on increasing and that depends upon at that particular instant, that particular time. But the average package is around 7 to 9 lakh per annum as per now, but I am sure this is going to increase and increase and increase in future. Now most important part, how to get admitted into NITs after the GATE score, after the GATE exam. When you get the GATE score, how to get admitted into NIT. So what is the process, what is the procedure of getting admitted into NIT? So likewise IIT, you don't have to apply in each and every NIT separately. There is a common counseling process known as CCMT. So you have to just apply in CCMT counseling and you have to go through their procedure and you will be allotted an IIT, you will be allotted an NIT depending upon the GATE score that you are having. Now the question arises when this CCMT will start. So the registration for CCMT and fee payment and choice filling will start probably on the first week of June. Okay. Then the last date of choice filling and locking by the candidate will be on the first week of July, and automatic locking of the saved choices that you have chosen will be first week of July. And mind it, if you don't feel that the specialization offered to you or the NIT offered to you don't suits you well, then you don't have to care for that. Okay, there are several rounds. There are several rounds of CCMT. So if you don't feel that you have got the correct specialization, or you have got the correct NIT for you, then you can go for the several rounds, and you can choose the NIT and specialization of your choice as well, depending upon your GATE score. Okay. So this is all about the M.Tech guidance program. I hope you would have enjoyed this video, and if you are really wondering with the M.Tech admission, then this is a must watch video for you, not only for you, for your friends as well. So guys, keep on sharing the video, do share and subscribe and like the video and subscribe our channel. So this video is not only going to help you, but it will help the whole student fraternity who are looking forward for the M.Tech admission. So I hope it will help you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching the video.